I'm Janet Moore, and I'm the Awakened Dating Coach. And today we have day 3. It's very exciting because this is going to be a jam-packed day, okay? Super jam-packed. And let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. Go over here. Make sure everyone can hear me okay. Let's see. I'm going to refresh this and make sure you can hear me. Sure. So anyways, how are you? How are you doing on your homework? Stuff like that, on your assignments? I mean, you know, I call homework. Okay. I did see some homework that I do want to make a comment on today. Thought it'd be easier to do it in person because there's a lot of things I want to say. It's been easier than texting it in the group. So hopefully he will come back today and I can help him with that. So those of you who haven't posted your homework, please go ahead and do that. Hey, whoever's there, can you say, can you hear me? Let me know that you can hear me. I see somebody's on. So thank you for being here. I'm just trying to figure out if people can hear me. Is it okay? Trying to find this live stream right now out there. Can you go ahead and post that you can hear me? Discussion. Hello, there's 2 of you out there. I see you. Oh, yeah, it's hot in here, man. When I close that door, it just all of a sudden gets super duper hot. Okay, that's better. Come down in a minute. Okay, so some of you have been doing your homework. Okay, yeah, I see myself. Can I hear myself? Yeah, perfect. Yay, you can hear me. Okay, well, welcome back to day 3 of the how to create an online magnetic dating profile challenge. So I wanted to chat with, I don't know who is here. Can you all just say hello? And actually, can you go ahead and type hashtag live so I know you're listening to this live? And if you're listening to this on the replay, press hashtag replay so I know, who's where, when listening to this, okay? And that will also let me know who is listening in. So I'm not sure who it is, so I see people out there. But go ahead and let me know who's out there. Let's see, can I see? No. And if a particular person's on, I want to work with him very quickly on his Mojo Vibe all of its assignments actually. Thought it'd be easier. I did look through your items and your assignments, basically your workbook, and I wanted to give you some feedback. Okay, good, you're here. Okay, so yay, I'm glad you're here. So one thing I wanted to chat with you really quick about, Alan, because I had quite a few comments to make about what you had written. So I looked at, first of all, your strengths and achievements and passions. And those are great. I was wondering if you actually had done a bonus assignment, which is to ask some of your friends what they think those things are. And to ask what they think about you. What do people say, right? So that's one thing I think if that would really help. I like the independent, developing new relationships, punctual, think abstractly, love reading. So maybe you're an avid reader. That could be one. I mean, how much of a reader are you? Is that something you want people to know about you? I don't know. Do you want someone that loves to read too? So start looking at those as well. And I saw you said punctual, independent, understanding. I'm not sure. I'm not saying punctual isn't, but you got to remember what you said here is maybe better for a job than for maybe dating. So you remember the context of this. You want to think of it as for dating. And also, I think the other person, I don't know if Dan's on here or not, also look at yours as well. It looks a little on the career side than on the dating side. I actually really liked your first one, the badass motorcycle guy. That was pretty fun. To me, that's really more of who you are than what you came up with. But that's my personal opinion. My professional opinion, maybe. Anyways, so Alan, what I want you to do is go ask some friends and family some of these questions. Hey, Dan. And I want you to ask your friends these questions so you can come up with some more words. we just don't really have enough words, and I don't know enough about you to come up with some. I like the independent, understanding is fine. I just feel like there's a couple of words that we could add in there that punch it up a bit. Okay. Okay. So let's look at that. That you doing that. Okay. Also, I don't know if you heard me, Dan. I thought yours seemed to also, both of y'all seem kind of slanted towards maybe a career, like a Mojo Vibe career for your career instead of for dating. Okay. Because you want it to be kind of like something that's going to make you memorable and unique from a woman's point of view. Okay. Still who you are, but kind of like, ooh, wow. That's cool. So I forgot to put that in here. So anyways, for both of you, let's see. Okay, and then for day 2, Alan, I saw that you said physical trait. I like my partner has similar interests and values. Okay, so what are those? Okay, what are those? And this is more of stats. So like how tall they are, you know, all that I said in there. How tall they are, hair, and I guess they're women, they have hair, color hair, background, ethnicity, where they live, all those kinds of things. Kind of more of the stats. Like when you go on online dating, you look at the stats. So that's what I'm kind of looking for here. Have similar values. Well, what are your values? That would be good to know, because that may be something we could use as your Mojo Vibe. Okay. Religious, what are you? Maybe that's something that's really important to you. You want to put that in as your Mojo Vibe. Cultural background. So put that down in number 1 on day 2. And then what are the qualities you want in like on a partner? Similar likes and dislikes. Okay, well, what are your likes and what are your dislikes? In fact, if you wrote those down, that would probably help you with your Mojo Vibe as well. Accept me for who I am. That's great. Romantic, influential. Those are great. I like that you had said similar, but what are some of your likes and dislikes? Maybe write that down just so I know probably more about your likes than your dislikes. And then for number 3, what would your ideal relationship look like? My ideal relationship would be 2 people willing to take turns deciding on a meeting place and willing to do things. Other likes, okay, even though the one doesn't have an interest, and that's really good. And that's more conceptual, okay, which is great. Nothing wrong with it. But what I want you to do is actually be in the moment. Like just pick a place and time. Like I said, 2 years, 6 months from now, you're in the relationship. What is happening at a moment in time right now, or a day in the life? Maybe a Saturday. What happens on your Saturdays with her? What are y'all doing? You get up in the morning, you maybe, you know what, and then, you know, you maybe have a little nap and do some more. You get up, you make brunch together, whatever it is that you like to do. And it's about you. What do you want that relationship to look like? So that's what I want you to write down there. On number 3, on day 2, number 3. Okay. So you can hear me. Hopefully you're still there. So that's what I would have some feedback on your assignments. Okay. I can't give feedback to anyone else because other people have not put in their stuff yet. So it's much easier if you can put it out there so I can look at it. Okay. And I liked what you did, Alan. I think that was great. You gave me the link to your page and I was able to look at it. That was really awesome. Okay. That's the best way to get feedback is to let me see what you're doing. Okay. So good going. Okay. So let's go ahead and start because you know what? I have 36 slides. Oh my gosh, to go through today. It's going to be jam-packed full of information today. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. Slideshow. Current slide. Oh yeah, forgot I need to share my screen first. Share screen. Okay, now we can go here. Great, you can see me kind of, right. Perfect, looks good. Current slide. We'll flip them. Okay. Oh, I just remembered something. Shoot. I forgot I need to move this over here so I can make sure y'all can see this. Okay. One more time. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. So welcome to the 5 days to a magnetic online dating profile, day 3. Yay! Okay, we're halfway through. Again, these are the things you're going to be covering. I'm not going to go over this very much because we've already done it for the last 2 days. Today, we're just going to be discovering your attention-grabbing story to use in your profile and in your conversations. Okay, so that's old actually. Anyways, we're going to create a captivating upgrade plan. Is actually what we're going to be doing. So in today's session, I'm going to show you how to update your dating profile text and photos to include your Mojo Vibe, your ideal partner list, and your attention-grabbing story. So we are going to talk about those stories. And we're going to show you how you can update your text and your text and your photos using these stories. Okay, so we're going to talk about lots of stuff today. And basically going to be creating a plan because you're not going to be able to do it right now, right? So we're creating a plan. Now, like I said, this is jam-packed. So today's agenda, we're going to first be talking about Mojo Vibe stories. We're going to talk about how stories draw people in. People in. We're going to craft your Mojo Vibe stories, and we're going to add your story to your online dating profile. Okay. Then, so it's all about your mojo. Okay. So next we're going to create, I already did that one. Okay, sorry. I can never see the little thing. There. Okay. There. I thought it was. Okay. Then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do this. Okay, it is that one. Okay, sorry. Hide. The problem is, it keeps. Sorry. We'll just do this one. Hopefully, you don't hear that person talking, which is me. Draw them with stories, and then we're going to create your about list. I don't know how to do that. Okay, well, anyways, we're going to be doing your about list, your about you list, create about her list, update your map stats. We're going to do lots of stuff. Short form format, example profiles. We're going to be writing tips, how to do writing tips, all kinds of things on your profile. So this is more about how to upgrade your text. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is how to review. This is all about your pictures. So we're going to review some online dating profiles, kind of get some stuff on do's and don'ts, give you some photo tips, and then plan for upgrading your photos. And then, of course, at the end, some questions and answers. So let's get started because we got a lot to do. Okay, so now we're going to promote yourself with stories. Whether you believe it or not, you're advertising yourself all the time. And others form opinions about you all the time as well. This just happens all the time. You present yourself, people are going to think things about you, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just how it is. Now, you'd like to think you have some kind of effect, or be able to affect some people, and you can. They say your first impression, never had something. You only have a one-time first impression, right? So you want to make that first impression really good, because when they see you, you want to at least look the best, right? So you actually tell people what you want them to hear or see about you or know about you, even if you do it subconsciously. Even if it's under your radar, okay? So the way you dress, the way you look, the way you talk, because we're talking, this is online dating, what you say in your profile, right? And the pictures that you have are actually telling people something about you, even if it's subconscious. So since you can see that you are actually in control of what others see and hear about you, you can start taking control of this by choosing the communications, the messages you're sending them. So, even there are other things like somebody looks like somebody else or reminds them, well, that's different. I'm talking about you looking your best, showing off who you are, right? In your pictures and in your text, okay? So for example, if your Mojo Vibe is adventurous Brazilian web designer, you probably don't want to talk in your profile about mowing the lawn or the team that won the playoffs. you probably want to talk about trekking through the Amazon rainforest. So these are the kinds of stories, kinds of things, if you were this, what you would talk about. Or you might talk about how you love design or something like that. Or how one of your favorite places in Brazil is this, and adventure that you went on there. Of course, that's Amazon rainforest, but that's all cool stuff in Brazil. So this is not about bragging, it's about communicating what makes you different and exciting. That's why I'm saying, looking at both of y'all's Mojo Vibes, go back and look and see if there's something that you can make it more appealing, right? So why stories? Well, again, we're gonna be creating your Mojo Vibe stories so that you can then use them in all sorts of places. But for this purpose of this context, is on your online dating profile. And why stories? Well, we are biologically and neurologically wired to connect with stories. It actually is. You can look down, there's an article here, there's the science behind it. When we hear a story that resonates with us, our levels of our hormones called oxytocin increase. So it boosts our feelings of things like trust, compassion, empathy. It motivates us to work with others and positively influences our social behavior. Because of this, stories have the unique ability to build connections, right? So great brands, like in marketing, they know this. So they want to tap into the power of story. I don't know how many, there's a whole book that talks about, it's called, in fact, the name of their business is called Story Brand, which talks about how story is so important when you're trying to get people to be your customers. I took a course about 3.5 years ago. Bo Eason, he was an NFL star, but he became this actor that was incredible, and he started teaching people how to tell their story, because that's what he did when he became an actor. He did a one-man Broadway play, and it was very successful. And so it was about his life, his story. So how important stories are. So when you hear a well-told story, your brain reacts as if you're experiencing it yourself, called neural coupling, or also known as mirroring. Of course, here Yuri from Yuri Hassan from Princeton University. You can look that up as well. The other person cultivates the emotion as well as creates a sense of togetherness, a connection. So the reader or listener places themselves into the story and connects on a deeper level. So remember yesterday we were talking about putting you into the future. You're either watching it first and you step into it and it's all around you. So it's like you thinking that, you feel it. Your brain can't tell the difference that you're not there. You close your eyes and you feel like you're there. Also, what they found is when you tell a story to someone else, it happens for them as well. Why do we like going to movies? Think about that. Why do I like reading books? It almost like puts us in a different world, right? So that's why we want to use story. Basically, movies are stories. Visual stories. Okay, so craft your Mojo Vibe story. So what I want you to do now, so if you go look at your assignment, day 3, the top, it says, what are a few Mojo Vibe stories you could use in your profile? So that's what I want y'all to do now. Start thinking. I don't have to finish this right now because it's going to be a lot of content. But I want you to kind of understand what I'm asking you to do. So you're going to write 3 stories that highlight your Mojo Vibe. You're going to add them to your online dating profile to catch your like-hearted match's attention and use them during your online messaging conversations. Okay, so I'm going to tell you more here in a minute. So there it is. Okay, so how do you write Mojo Vibe stories, Janet? Okay, here we go. We're going to create at least 3 stories around your Mojo Vibe. Start with 1, but eventually the assignment is to create 3 that you can tell others quickly, in an engaging story that lets them know more about you, your Mojo Vibe. So you can actually insert these in the conversation. And of course, if you work with me one-on-one, I can show you how you do that, how you can guide the conversation and go how you would like it to go. And you can start asking them questions that then can lead to you saying something about your Mojo Vibe story. Okay, so you can create a story for each Mojo Vibe word, or you can combine them all into one. So you have those 3 words, right? You could have a story about how you're punctual. You can have a story about how you're independent, or you can have a story that has all 3 of them. And that's kind of advanced, a little tricky. But here's like an example. One guy in my workshop who had the word sailor, he also had a woman and a man at different times. And he wrote about going out with friends one day on his sailboat. and then a storm just kind of popped out of nowhere, and he told us how he saved the day and got the boat back to safely to dock, right? So he told us the story. I mean, we were all like, ooh, we're like, like on the edge of our seats. Oh my God, what happened? I mean, obviously he's here today, but you just never know what somebody might have fallen off, or you don't know. But it was just he said it with such an engaging way, right? And it really highlighted him as the one that saved the day. Like, he became the man, he knew what to do, he took charge, and he made sure everyone got back safely, right? So it really was very impressive for women. And it was probably pretty cool for guys as well, but this, of course, in context is women. I think all the women in the class were like, wow, he just went up a notch, right? They're like, he came a little bit cuter, right? So think about that. Now here's another one. If your Mojo Vibe was fun-loving, thrill-seeking software developer, you can say, I went snowboarding on a trip last year to South Lake Tahoe. And this time my friends and I got a helicopter to take us up to one of the mountains. And we were where the snow was untouched. And it was so incredible. And we might talk even more about it. And we boarded down the mountain. Wow, what an experience. And we stayed the week and kept doing helicopter rides. And oh my gosh, we just lived it up. The next day we went, later that week, we drove to Napa for the weekend, and we rented a limo to take us around to all the wineries. And we went and then afterwards, after we went to a bunch of wineries, you can just see how it sounds fun, right? You can talk a little bit more about it in depth. We went to the Java One conference in San Jose, that next week, because you can say a software developer, Java, a software developer is a programming language, right? So you can see how you kind of got a little bit of all of that. Fun-loving, thrill-seeking software developer, all in one story. Now, you don't have to do that. You could have even just taken the one, which is the helicopter, and that could have been your story. You could have taken about going to Napa. That could have been a story. You could have talked about just the one story of going to the Java One conference in San Jose, and how much fun that was. We got to meet some famous Java people, software developer people, or heads of, CEOs of companies, tech companies or something. Okay, so this is the kind of thing I'm going to ask you to do. So start kind of thinking about some of the stories, looking at your Mojo Vibe. If I'm a, action-packed guy or a thrill-seeking guy, it's a cool story. I'm sure there's a cool story in there somewhere that you probably might have even forgotten about. That's why I was asking all of you to do the extra work, which was to ask your friends. I'm at Java the Hut. Oh, I went tubing in Belize. Oh, wow, that's fun. Perfect. So those could be stories, right? Does it fit your Mojo Vibe? And you might want to change your Mojo Vibe, Alan. I think that's pretty cool. So pick just one for now. Pick a story. Pick one of your Mojo Vibe. Might tweak your Mojo Vibe now that you see what this is all about. And pick something that you could write a story about. I just jot it down for right now. You don't have to write it all out right now. We're not going to have time. But just the thought, like, okay, oh, that time I went to or that time this happened, just write that down. And maybe come up with three. Come up with three that you think, oh, this would be good. Oh, this one's good too. And this one's really cool. It could be maybe about how, like, one of mine, if I was into family's important or something, I could talk about how like a story I have is my parents did not want us to have a 50th wedding anniversary party for them. So we said, well, screw that. We're going to do it anyways. And we didn't tell them. They went as so far as to leave the city for their anniversary. But they came back. We said, oh, we're going to take you to a really nice dinner at the Houstonian in Houston. And I had already, got all their friends and family engaged, and they all had a big, gigantic party. They all showed up, and not only did my mother cry, but my dad cried. And of course, I could go into more details about it, but right now I'm just trying to be really quick, give you some ideas, right? But you might put some more fun stuff in there, okay? So you can see how that could be a cool story showing my leadership, also my connection with my family, right? Okay. Okay, so this is just showing you, this last three did all three, but they could have been one each, and then this one was just the one. Make them meaty, fun, and interesting. So for right now, like I said, go ahead and just write in there some ideas you have for the stories. And then later, I want you to finish them up with some details, okay? Okay, There we go. So you're going to create as many. So this is what I advise you all to do. You might not have enough room to do it on this one, but get it like a journal or another notebook or something and start writing out these stories. Create as many Mojo Vibe stories as you can, because you can use these as fun things to women. So you can highlight this, women or men, about yourself, so people go, wow, and they'll remember you. You'll be memorable because of these stories. Like the reason I tell that story about that guy, the sailboat guy, because I was so memorable. Other people have told me stuff. I don't remember everyone. I had so many different people I've done this exercise with over the years in my workshops and stuff that I don't remember everybody. I remember his. And I remember the other girls too, right? So I've been saying, I remember some of these stories because they were memorable and it was impressive. Like I said, it made them just a little bit more interesting and intriguing. And I was like, right? So create as many as you can. I suggest you start with 3 at least. I would say, like I said, oh, nice. That's cool. Flew to Chicago, great. Create a list of 20 or more stories and use 1 or 2 with your first encounter. So again, this would be a work in progress. Again, that's why I say use a notebook and just start. If you think of some cool story, that thing they have, or maybe a story happened, something happened that was really cool. You want to highlight, about yourself. Then go ahead and write that down in the moment after it happened or a few days after it happened, right? So then you can keep these, because what I like to say is, like, I just forget about things about my life, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that time I did that was really fun. And then you have them. And what you want to do is when you go on a date with someone, you want to read through your list, so you kind of have them in the front of your brain of sorts. And then when you're talking with somebody, you might even pick a couple. I might want to, because you maybe know a little bit about her, hopefully. So you might be able to see some of how your stories she could relate to. Remember that relating thing we talked about? So this is why you want to have more than just 3. But start with 3. Start with something. Start with 1, then go to 3, and eventually just keep adding them to your list, right? Okay, writing them. And again, you can use these on your first date, and you can use them on your second, third dates, and you keep adding to your stories, and you keep putting them in every so often. Okay. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to add your Mojo Vibe to your online dating profile. So you're going to pick at least 1 Mojo Vibe story and add it to your online dating profile. So this is what you're going to do when you go to if you look at your assignment or your workbook, sorry. Oops, there it is. What is your plan to upgrade your profile? Oh, I guess number 3. I guess I did them out of order, sorry. What is your plan to upgrade your profile text, okay? So we're going to go into more detail in a little bit, but related to your Mojo Vibe, you're going to pick at least 1 to add it to your about section, right? This will, it's going to highlight something fun, unique, and memorable about you instead of just the list of your qualities. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that in a minute. Like some guys just list out qualities about themselves. It's so boring. But if you have a fun story, then it makes you memorable and unique, and they'll be more likely to swipe right or reply back to you. Okay. Okay, select a story that will appeal to the person you want to attract, right? One that will connect with your match. Again, that's why I wanted you to figure out the kind of person you wanted to date. Again, you might have multiple stories, but what's the one that's going to appeal to that person? You look over their profile and say, "Ooh, she does this. Oh, I'm going to put," or well, not her, but I'm saying if you look, well, that's if you get to know them. But I'm saying when you want to interact with them. But if you're thinking the kind of woman that I want to date, she would want to know about these 2 or 3 stories, or pick the best one and put that one in there. Okay, it's going to be what you want, the vibe you want to send out, that you want to get back to you, the kind of person, right? Again, everyone loves stories and will remember far longer than a list. Again, you can also tie your photo. We're going to get in that a little later about how you're going to tie these in, your photos as well. So here's kind of a step-by-step. Oh, I have to delete that. You're going to create a list of words and sentences about you. So you're going to select those sentences and words, right, about you that you want to highlight from your, you didn't do a superhero worksheet. Sorry about that. I meant to delete that. I forgot. Your Mojo Vibe works, exercise in your Mojo Vibe stories, right? You're going to remember to select those that highlight your Mojo Vibe or express it. And these are your priority projections messages you want to send about yourself to women in your online dating profile. So you're going to pick, some things from your worksheet. Now you may have your Mojo Vibe be these 3, but sometimes there's other things that are cool about you that you might want to project as well. But usually I'd like to say, pick your Mojo Vibe and then the stories. So really that's what you're going to do. And you're going to try to figure out how to insert them. And you might put your story in there, and you might even put some other words in there, that to express you as well. Okay, so that's what I'm kind of saying. It could be a little bit of, you have that whole list. You might actually grab one of those and slap it in there as well. And then for the About Her section of what you want, or maybe if there isn't About Her, maybe you can still add that in there. You want to look at your Ideal Partner Qualities exercise and your Ideal Relationship exercise. That's why I wanted y'all to do this work, because of this. So one thing I didn't say yesterday that I probably should have, I should have said star the ones that are must-haves. So you already have your list. You can do this now. You can look at that list of the person that you want from day 2 and look and star the ones that are must-haves. So once you do that, then what you're going to do is you're going to look at the ones that are must-haves and try to put phrases or words in there that really light you up from that worksheet, okay? So again, you're going to look at the qualities you wanted and the relationship exercise, the kind of relationship you want. Like, what do you want to do? You had this imagery in there as well. A woman that wants to wake up in the morning and cook breakfast together, brunch together, or whatever it is. Go on a motorcycle ride in the morning every Sunday or Saturday, or loves, that kind of stuff. Whatever it is that are your must-haves. Okay, maybe motorcycle riding isn't a must-have. That's fine. I'll put it in there maybe. You've got to really think about what you really want to attract. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so these are the items you want to add to your online dating profile and the kind of women you want to attract. So go ahead, and if you look in the worksheet there, you can start putting some of these things down. Like, I need to just kind of start writing out those things. That's what you're going to put in your plan. These are the words. So like, if you go back to your worksheet, the plan to upgrade your profile text. Okay, so one of the plans is to pick out those must-haves and your ideal relationship and start writing in those. So you're gonna pick out those words, your must-haves, and the things you really want to put on the online dating. You're gonna actually write the stuff in there. Okay, that was small little gnat right now today. Okay, well, that makes sense. So again, these are the kinds of things you're going to start looking at, and this is how you can create your plan. Okay, this is remember we did the stats piece, the physical number 1 on yesterday's worksheet. Update your stats, match stats. So these were number 1, your physical and stats trait, expand your type exercise. Remember that? Where you expanded your type? Well, update this match stats in your online profile to reflect the new expanded type of person you're going to date. Okay. So let's look at this one. Yeah, so Alan, on number 1 of day 2, you put down what you wanted, but you didn't expand it. So you want to, like I said, put a line in there on one side. You want to put down what your type normally is, and then you want to expand on that. Okay, and that's what you're going to update your match stats and your online dating profile to reflect the new expanded type of person you're willing to date. So usually you might have an age range in there of the kind of person you want to date. So you want to make sure you go in there and update it, because now you're expanded your market, right? Maybe you're willing to meet people all over the country. Maybe you're only willing to meet people close by, maybe within 10 minutes of you, or I don't know, whatever it is. People taller than you, people shorter than you, blah, 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 right? So that's what I want you to do. So you're going to write that down. You're going to update your match stats. Okay, that's part of your plan. So you're going to pick out your words. Your Mojo Vibe works about you. You're going to update your About You section, and you're going to update your About Her, doing these 2 techniques that I showed you here. You can always come back to this and look through your Mojo Vibe worksheet and your Mojo Vibe stories. And then your Ideal Partners exercise and your Ideal Relationship exercise. And update your match stats. So those are the 3 things you're going to do. Okay. Here's some ideas on how to write one. So a short version format where you don't like a match. I think it's plenty efficient. Other ones you can write out a lot of stuff about you. This is the shorter versions. You might say something, I am a whatever, describe yourself in 2 3 words, who loves to, whatever you love to do. And then like, or for example, or give some examples of what you love to do. Instead of saying, I am a software developer who loves to write code. I love the outdoors. Oh my gosh, you see that all the time. Like, yeah, well, doesn't most people? Well, no, maybe not, but what do you like to do outdoors? What do you like to do outdoors? Or I'm adventurous. Well, how are you adventurous? So you want to write that down, okay? Write that in there. Into and write some interests and some more interests. So again, this is a really very quick down and dirty format you can use. I'm also and then a description yourself. So looking for a woman with maybe a similar or top must-haves. These are your must-haves, right? And how you want to be like them, right? So up here, you can talk about a little story even up here, like what you love to do and take a little story about it. Now, some of these profiles, you can't write much of a story. But if you can kind of highlight that in a maybe short format of a story, that's what you want to do. But definitely go ahead and write your Mojo Vibe stories. And then you can edit and grab some pieces of your story out there and go, oh, I can put this in here since it's short. And okay, go, ooh, that about him. Okay. And then what you're looking for in a woman, right? The top 2 or 3 must-haves. And then also put in like from your story, the kind of relationship you want. Put that in there, your story. I probably should put that here, your top must-haves, and then also like your story, the kind of relationship that you want. Okay. So again, you're going to basically do what I said in those last 2 slides. This is just an example of how you could do that. So this is an example. I'm a spiritual techie geek who loves outdoor adventures like scuba diving, jet skiing, riding scooters or whatever, ruins hopping and glamping. Now, again, this isn't really a story, but you can kind of see I'm kind of adventurous or thrill-seeking or whatever it is, action-packed. And into personal growth and making a difference for others. I'm also an entrepreneur. Probably should put what kind of entrepreneur. Looking for a man with similar, curious, and adventurous spirit, because I want someone very much like myself. Now, I'm not saying this is the best written one, but I'm just saying that's a down and dirty. Put a little bit more story in here would be better, actually. And then more of what you're looking for. Now, I put a lot of things. I've kind of put a list here, but at the same time, ruins hopping and glamping. You can kind of ruins hopping and jet skiing. Kind of paints a picture of the kind of person I am, sorts. And that's what you really want to do. You want to put imagery in here. They can imagine you. And in fact, I guess I took it out. That's really weird. I guess I took it out. So, and another thing is like, and some of the other questions, it's like I have in there. I'm looking for a man who spin me and who loves to salsa dance and who can spin and twirl me and do a dip. So you can kind of imagine the imagery in that, right? So that's the kind of things you want to start thinking about. Because the reason I kind of put some short stuff here is because in some of the other questions, it gives you more opportunity where you can actually put in a little story about yourself or put in a little bit of imagery into your profile. So again, that's why I want you to write out the stories completely. Because then you can grab some of that stuff that's more, have the imagery in there and stick them in where it should be, okay? Let me go look at the questions. Women always seem to say, like to laugh and have fun with my friends. Isn't that what we all like to do? Yes. Yes, thank you for saying that, Dan. So here, I love what you said. So I'm gonna show it to everybody. Women always seem to say, like to laugh and have fun with my friends. So for women, listening to this, like he said, it's a swipe left one. Well, I would say probably everyone likes to do that. And like I said, guys, I'm very outdoorsy. I like the outdoors. Why? How do you like the outdoors? Tell me more. Right? That's why I gave my examples here, right? So what is it that you like to do? You know, you want to be more specific and put some imagery in there. I remember this one girl, I looked over hers and I said, wow, you sound very generic. You sound like you could be any woman. What stands out? There was nothing that made her stand out, and she was very beautiful. But other than that, what stood out? Nothing in her profile. she could have been anybody. She could have been everybody, any woman, right? Because like you said, likes to laugh and have fun with my friends. Who doesn't, right? Thank you. Yeah, that was really good. Okay. Again, if I was going to tweak this, I'd say what kind of entrepreneur I am and maybe say more about that. And maybe even this a little bit. So maybe I should go to team line. Okay. Okay, here's some profiles I wanted to review really quickly. Oh goodness, we're gonna be late. No dating profile. Okay, so I'm fun, so let's make this fun. Not socially distanced and never a sheeple mask wearer. That mask is simply ridiculous. Bunch of liberal nonsense. So if you are a masker, I'm a left swiper. So to be quite honest, I totally agree with him, but I would never put this in my profile. If I did, it would be a one-liner, but I'd be on the positive. So the reason I wanted to show you this is it's very negative, saying what he doesn't want, and he's putting people down, right? Even though I don't agree with people that wear masks either, I'm not going to put that in my online dating profile. Okay, but you still can say who you are without having to be negative about it. Say, I don't know, how can you say no mask? I love smiling and breathing this air. I don't know how we say that, but you know what I'm saying? Try to make it positive and don't put people down. That's what I really want to say about this profile. Don't do this. Here are some not so interesting dating profiles. Again, this is just a list, and that was it. A list, and that is all he had. We didn't put anything else in there. This one, he's traveled, which is kind of cool, speaking Spanish. But this could be anybody. Maybe they've traveled 40 countries and lived in 6. Other than that, pretty boring. Nothing stands out here. Maybe the 40 countries and lived in 6 stands out. But it's not too, it's really just a list, right? No imagery. I love spending time with family and the beach and enjoy fishing. Oh my gosh, fishing. We're talking about the fishing thing. I like the outdoors, enjoy the forest. Yes. But no, that could be anybody, Alan. So we want to be more specific. Like, tell us about a time that you were in the forest and what you did. Like you might say, what do you love about the forest? What do you love about the outdoors? Like, what do you do in the outdoors? You like to go camping. You like to climb a big rock and look over seeing over it and seeing how beautiful nature is. I don't know. You want to get more imagery in there than just a list, okay? And thank you for saying that, because that's a good example of how you want to make it more memorable and unique and exciting, okay? Okay, so those were not so interesting. These are a little bit better, right? A little better. Retired USA educated professional guy, no stress guy, actively fun, adventurous, global travel. I work and try to be healthy, play basketball high level. Sarcastic as Deadpool. Music from Sinatra to today. Life experiences, stories like Forrest Gump. Again, I didn't say this is great. I'm just saying it kind of gives a little bit of sense. The stories like Forrest Gump, we kind of can go, oh, I can kind of relate to that, or maybe not. Or I love Sinatra, or it gives a little bit. Even though it's kind of a list, it kind of gives us a little bit more details about him. A little bit more. Okay. Again, interesting. I didn't say fabulous. Relationships are built, not discovered. Sorry. Empty nester, long, steep mountain hikes. Okay, that's a little better, more descriptive. Ocean swim, coffee, sunshine, dancing, and reading intelligent conversations with Netflix. So you can tell that he doesn't really like to watch movies. Okay. We'll cook, make cocktails, entertain for our friends. So that's kind of nice little imagery, a little bit. I said it wasn't great, but it's definitely better than those other ones. Okay. This one. And by the way, Alan, this right here are the stat traits right here. See these? These are stats that they can do searches on. That's what I was talking about. What's your normal type that you would put in here? And then I want you to expand on it. That's what I was asking for in that first exercise yesterday. I visited Redwoods, California. The trees can grow really tall. Yep, that is very true. There's a beautiful. So you might say, one of my favorite places, I love to go there to meditate. I don't know. Or you like to it'd be fun to do yoga there. I don't know. Just think about how you can make that a little bit more fun and interesting. Okay, but that's good. I like where you're going with that, Alan. Yeah, that's good. You're going in the right direction. Okay, so they say love is more important than money. So when the bill came, I hugged the waiter. That's fun. Okay, kind of. Okay, if you're at least grinning now, we're off to a good start. Great career, fantastic friends, awesome family, current passport. Only one thing missing. Break out the high heels. So he's saying he likes a woman that wants to wear heels. If you notice, none of these guys really said anything about the woman they want. So that's something that's kind of interesting. You probably want to say something, even if it's short. This guy at least said he likes a woman that wears heels because he's tall. And he's trying to be funny, right? And again, these aren't great, but these are a little bit better. A little bit better. Here's another one. A couple more. I choose to live my dreams versus sitting around dreaming about it. I'm interested in meeting someone that enjoys exercising, eating healthy, and knows how to communicate. Knows how to communicate is kind of weird. I have to say about that one. But I like that he said he's a Christian entrepreneur and that he likes to be moving forward in his dreams, just thinking about it. So he's an action taker is what he's trying to say here, right? He can maybe tell us about something he's taking action on. That would be better even. Again, this is a little bit more intriguing than some of those list people. That's all I'm trying to say. Again, and he says what he's interested in meeting, what he wants in a person as well. Adventure, always looking for something new around the bend. I learn to live and I'm advocate for one in too easygoing, intelligent, witty, and okay. I don't know why I picked this one. I guess because it just seemed like he told us a little bit about himself. Advocate for ones and okay. So those are just some interesting ones. Oh, here it is. Okay, I guess I put it over here. So these are some questions, profile question answers that you can look at and how you can be sort of just, I'm a real nerd about science fiction. I could have put that. I love science fiction, real nerd about science fiction or science fiction movies or science fiction games. But no, I try to make it a little more fun and I put an actual, I have this whole Mojo Vibe story around going on the first CBS Star Trek cruise, right? So I wanted to show what I'm a nerd about. I love Star Trek, Star Wars, and Harry Potter. I love, and pretty much anything sci-fi or fantasy. Okay, and then I went on to more specifically Star Trek cruise. Now, if I had more room, I would have talked about how I went to Harry Potter retreat. Okay, and how I'm now inducted into the Mystery School of North America. That is like where the real witches are, right? So the same. But this made it really fun, kind of fun. Like, oh, you get to know she really likes this. Because you know what? I want a guy that likes that. You know, I know I met a guy a month or so back, and he did not like any of these. He just didn't like to watch that stuff. And I'm like, and he was a computer guy, and I was like, what? How can you not like these? That's weird. To me, it was. And like he said, he would watch them with me, but he just didn't seem interested. So I'm like, I want someone that I can share that's into this. So the vibe I'm giving off is what I want that person to go, oh my God, you went on the first Star Trek cruise with William Shatner. How was it? That's what I kind of got. I might want to update it to be more spiritual, but my point is that's the kind of guy I want. So I need to write who I am that would attract and that same vibe to me, right? You know, I get a lot of people from a picture. I don't know if I'll show you my picture, but that I'm dressed up I'm dressed up in like a Star Wars kind of outfit of sorts that I made up with my lightsaber. It's in the back here. And I get so many comments but only from guys that like that. And they're like, wow, you know, we can connect. This is a story that can connect with somebody. Quickest way to my heart, here's the one. Take me out by the hand and salsa with me, spinning me over and over with a sexy romantic dip at the end. That's some imagery, right? Take me by the hand and do something. Or we make dinner together, and is to cook me food that's spicy. I don't know. I'm just thinking spicy, and we do it together. I don't know. I'm just making quickest way in my heart is to whisper in my ear in your foreign language and tell me. I don't know. I'm just being silly. Okay. So these are some examples of imagery. Examples. Writing tips. Okay. So give me some examples, things to start thinking about, how to update your profile. Write true to you, to who you are. You don't want to make up stuff that's not true, but you want to highlight you, right? Be willing to say who you really are and what you want. Kind of what I said is, I'm a complete nerd about that stuff, right? That's what I really like. So a guy that doesn't into that is probably not going to be signed to me. Or he probably didn't even read my profile, right through my pictures. So I always like to ask people questions to see if they're really into me or not. Add bits of your personality, even in the short phrases or statements. Be the trait you want to highlight. You don't have to describe that you are that trait. Just be it, right? So add those little short phrases, the little ones where I talked about glamping and what did I say? Another one. Kind of get a sense of who you are. And some of those guys, they couldn't tell because you can't write a lot in some of these. So you got a sense of who they are. All right, by adding bits of your personality in the short phrases. Leave them with a sense of who you are, so your heart aligned match will swipe right. Okay. You will start attracting those that are a match and repelling those that aren't. What's great is either way you win. I mean, really, I'd rather have a guy swipe left that doesn't like Star Wars and Star Trek. I really would. Or is a person that's not spiritual. It's gonna, you know what I mean? You want to write a profile that's not generic. You want to write it about who you really are and what you really want. That's why the first 2 days were so important. That's what this is all about, right? Your online dating profile is really, it's a messaging out. Hey, this is what I'm looking for. This is who I am. So you want to write it in a way that will start vibing out and vibing back to you, the kind of person that you really want to be with. You want to let those people you want some people to swipe left. You don't want everybody to swipe right. Oh my God, you get all kinds of crazy people, right? You only want the ones that really connect with you. Now you can do this with text like I just showed you. And then also you can do it with photos. So we'll talk about that now. And I think we're going to go a little over. I think we've been going on about 10 minutes every day. It might be about the same. We'll see. So here's some online dating profiles. Since I'm not able to see them, I went on the web and capture some of these. Are supposedly both women's pictures. I want to kind of go through these because I know women might be also watching this as well. You want to not wear sunglasses. So this is a do not. These two are do nots. This was a little better, but I would say pictures, you want to take off sunglasses, no sunglasses. And no hats for guys too. Just take your hat off. But this is women. This was not bad, but I'd rather her have better lighting and be in the middle. I'd rather have a bigger smile like this. These three girls, or really these two girls, nice smile. They're kind of laughing. This one, I think she took her jacket off and her hair is kind of messy. I don't know. I'm just thinking for a first picture, it's not a good one. This one is a good one. So these three are actually really liked. These are the ones I didn't like so much. These three I really liked. She has a nice smile. Could be a little bit bigger, but this is still very nice. A little sexy shoulder here. This one's great. You can see her wonderful hair and her nice smile. You can't see her eyes though, so that's the thing. I would take off the eyes. And it's tasteful. You don't see her big boobs hanging out, right? You see that she has on a swimsuit. She looks really nice. Here, this girl looks playful and fun. And you can still see her face and the lighting's really good. Okay. Here's some more women. This one's not bad. I think this one's pretty good, actually. This one, so here's what's going to happen with this picture. First of all, she's got glasses on. I would take sunglasses off. This is a little bit sexualized. So if you are wanting men to you want to just get laid a lot, I guess the best way to say it. When I hook up with men, this should be your first picture. If you are wanting to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know she's trying to be playful, but this is what are the messages you're sending about yourself here? Okay, just think about that. Like if you've got the boobs hanging out and you got, you can still go do a kiss like that, but if I'm sure you can't see her eyes, but I bet she's got that squinch face where she's looking a little sultry. So you just gotta look at what kind of vibe, is that what I want to attract? Because I bet you every guy's gonna swipe right on this one. You're not gonna probably get the kind of guy you really want. So think about that What are the messages? Look at your online dating profiles. What message are you sending? This one's pretty good, except for the only thing I can say, I wish I could see her a little better. I like the background because that could be a conversation starter. Is that Niagara Falls, or where were you there, or whatever, right? This one is pretty good. I just wish her face was down. I like her smile. It's great. You can see her face. It's all good, except for the machine cut her off. I put a guy in here just because he's in number 3. But I like this one because you can see him, nice smile, and you can see the background. I kind of like her as a background. You can kind of see what's going on. You can see what he's into. I don't know what that is, but pretend I knew. I probably, as a man, would not pick this for a woman, but I like the idea was like, position yourself over here to the right, and then you can put something in the background on the left that's kind of reflects who you are. This one, again, did not like this one because you can't see her eyes. If she took her glasses off, it would be perfect. Her hair is annoying, that's okay. It's more about her glasses I didn't like. Okay, here's some guys. These were actually good ones. These I thought were pretty good. The only thing I didn't like about this one was this guy having a woman. So don't, if you're gonna have a picture and you have a woman was also in it, just cut it off. Like he should have cut it off right here, so we didn't see it, right? Whoops, sorry. And then he took a picture of himself. He should have asked someone to take a picture. But it's a nice smile. You can see him. This one is good except for the glasses. He's in his car. I would have taken the seatbelt off. But it's pretty good except for the glasses. This one's very nice. It's professional, obviously. This one's professional as well. I like that he's laughing. Those are very nice ones. I kind of like having ones that have a background, though, I have to say. Here's some others that I wanted to talk about. So for your online profile pictures, you want to have one where you can really see your face. Okay, that's the most important. The secondary photos, you can have more fun things about yourself. Okay, and you can still have your first one be fun, like that girl, like with all the beads or whatever that was, baubles. This one is pretty good for a second one, except you can't see his face. But as long as he maybe has a really good picture of himself, in the front one, it's not so bad. It shows you he likes to catamaran or whatever, right? He likes to go sailing. But I don't like that you can't see his face. This one is super cute. This one is a thumbs up for me. I say this is thumbs up. Okay. It's very cute. He shows like he likes to smoke cigars, but is that the kind of image you want to give off to women? I don't know. Is it? Just something to consider. But it is cute. This one, I'm like James Brown, only tall and white, white and tall. I don't like this one because of this and this. So take off your hats and your what do you call them? Glasses, sunglasses. Oh my God. This one's not bad. It tells you like what he likes to do, but I would have maybe posed. I've tried to pose a little bit and smile at us, but it's not so bad. So just rinse. Again, these were, by the way, the front pictures of the guys. So I would not have these as your front pictures. I'd have your face being taking up pretty much, I'd say almost 70 to 80% of your face, of the space. The face taking up most of the space. Okay, so here's some other pictures that were also, all these are all front pictures, by the way. This one, he has sunglasses on, the hat is cute. This should be a secondary. We want to see your face. We can't see, I mean, we can tell you got a nice body, and you can't see very well really what he looks like, right? So we want you to have the face like this or like this, right? We want to be able to see you. This is a great second picture. Again, be mindful. When you're out and about and someone's taking a picture, you go, oh yeah, let me take off my sunglasses. Let me take off my sunglasses, get my right angle and stuff, right? Look in the mirror. We're going to be talking about that on Tuesday. This is not a bad picture. It's just he's in the shower and it's kind of cute. So it's not so bad. And he's got a great smile. This one is okay except for the glasses. And he's not smiling. I'm telling you, girls, it's not sexy. He looks very serious and not fun at all. So look at your pictures. Look at your pictures and go, wow, I didn't think of that from a woman's point of view or from maybe anybody's point of view before. Just because it's a good picture of you doesn't mean it's a picture you want to put in your online dating profile, right? And this guy, This again, this is his front picture. I personally wouldn't put young kids in pictures. Personally, I wouldn't. Especially your front one. You can't really see them. You can kind of see them. You got that hat on. It's not the best. It's just not appealing. I'm not sure who would be appealing to. Now, if you want to show your picture, this picture could be a second or third, a secondary type picture. That's fine, but not your front picture. You want again to have your face most of the front, like this big here, like all of them be the face. Again, smile. Smiling is very important. Again, these ones are not good, mostly because they have sunglasses on. Also, it's the angle in some of these. This guy is way too close. Oh my God. It's like, whoa, low. Wow. This guy is coming. He took a picture. You can see from down here as opposed to up here. You look so much better. I'll tell you what, I can take a picture of me like from down here. I look awful. Take a picture from up here and look incredible. Okay, so up high. So as you can see, he's got a double chin. I don't really have a double chin, but if I took a picture from the bottom, it might look like I have a double chin. So don't take it. If you're going to take a selfie, take it from up here, okay, of yourself. This guy, again, these are all front pictures. This guy does not look, he just does not look like fun. If he smiled, he'd probably it'd be a perfectly fine picture. Looks very too serious, not somebody I want to swipe, even want to get to know. Same with this guy, he's pretty cute, but he's not smiling. And his eyes, look at it, he just looks, he doesn't look very happy. I don't want to date a guy like that, right? Same here, this guy, we don't even know what it really looks like. Obviously, he's taking a selfie because we can see it in here. So those are some examples of what not to do. Here's some more. I've got a few more left. Don't do this, please. First of all, you can't even see this guy's face. It doesn't do anything for us. He's wearing a big shirt. I guess he's trying to show off he works out. But if you do that, then ask somebody to take a picture of you. And maybe have your hands on your hips to show off your muscles. And whatever you do, don't take a picture of yourself in the mirror. Like that's what these guys did, right? Ask someone to take a picture. Get your friends or family to go, hey, I want to take a photo shoot from an online dating profile. Would you please help me? Maybe you're already out and about. You're meeting with a friend and you say, hey, can you please, take some pictures of me. I look pretty good today. I want to go over here and just take snapshots of me being silly or something or whatever. Or you're out and about with your friends having fun. Get someone to take a picture of y'all doing that. These are actually, I'm not kidding you. These are actually front photos of men that I took. So you see I don't know who this, maybe he's nobody. I don't know who this person is. Could be his daughter, could be just a random person, not in the middle. This was somebody's ear. Okay, I'm not kidding. I swear I did not make these up. This, you can see someone's child, and I guess that's the guy, but you can't see, his face is not in there. So look at your profile pictures. Like it's from the point of view as a person, not from your point of view, but the point of view the person would see it. Here, we can't really see the guy. We see looks like he was in the hospital. That's kind of scary. Look at your pictures, okay? So picture tips. No sunglasses. We want to see your sparkly eyes, like I said. Okay, for women, no boob shots. No, like just way down here, boobs flipping out. Like, you can show, like this, like I have. You can see my boobs, right? But we don't want to see your all the way down. We want to, if you're in a swimsuit, try to be tasteful about it. No upper body pics. We're just, for men, we see your body. Unless you're out on your swimsuit frolicking about, doing something fun and showing something else you're doing, that's fine. But we don't really want to just see you just posing and just, like you're trying to show off your muscles, okay? Like if you were in a marathon and you see you running with your shirt off, you're coming down the finish line, super, or something like that. That's fine. If you're skiing, you're on a boat, fine. Stay away from mirror shots. Like I said, don't do mirror shots. Get someone to ask to take your picture. Lead, like I said, with a great headshot and with a big smile. I think it's kind of fun to make yourself laugh. Like some of those pictures show some people laughing. So make yourself laugh. That's a good smile. We try to go, ooh, or, and another thing is look in the mirror and look at yourself when you smile. How was your smile? I didn't know that sometimes I actually talk out of one side of my mouth. I'm trying to, when I can't see myself so much right now, but when I'm normally doing my live streams, I'm looking at myself now because I realize I talk out of this side of my mouth, not this side of my mouth. One of them. So I try to talk out of both sides of my mouth, try to make my smile kind of normal. But a lot of times, if you just make yourself laugh, you'll get a nice smile and just, so if someone's taking a picture of you, start laughing and just, then they'll get a nice, natural smile. Also, have good lighting. Take pictures outside is the best, okay? And you want to do it when the light is not overhead of you. If you take it when the light is like up here, you're going to have lots of shadows on you. So you want to take it when it's like from here or here. The sun's it's just coming up a little bit, or it's come up for, maybe it comes up at 7, you take pictures around 10 or so. If it sunsets around 7, take them around 4 or 5, something like that. The light, the sun's like right here in the horizon. Right? And again, like I said before, take pictures from the right angle, straight on or above your head. Like I said, not from the bottom. You saw in some of the pictures. Okay, so we're almost done. Just a little bit over than we did the last one. That's good. So upgrade plan. You want to get new photos. So that's what you want to put in the number 2. Is you want to get new photos. You want to add in fun pictures if you're doing something you enjoy that reflects your Mojo Vibe. So that's why, again, the Mojo Vibe is so important. Go back and look at your Mojo Vibe, at your Mojo Vibe stories. And start thinking about, where can I take pictures of myself? Doing what? That's what I want you to write down in your plan. What can you be doing? If you love to ride your motorcycle, maybe take a picture of your motorcycle, you on your motorcycle, or beside your motorcycle. Or if you like, and that's the kind of woman you want to be with too, okay? Because again, remember, you want to attract the kind of person you want. If you don't care about it, then maybe don't put that one in there. But if you do want someone that likes it, then you should put it in. Trying to think of other things. If you like being in the lake or on the water, just those kind of pictures. Being out in nature, hiking, those kinds of things. Whatever it is that you want to project out, right? Think about this and start writing it in the plan. Okay, I know I'm going to take a picture of me doing this. I'm going to get my son or my daughter to come over this weekend on Saturday, and at this time, we're going to go at this time of day, not at noon. I would say about 5 o'clock is the best time to go take pictures. Right now, this time period, we're in May, middle of May almost. I would say around 5 or 6 is the best time to take pictures. Or at the same time, kind of in the morning, earlier in the morning. I'm not a morning person, so I wouldn't do that. But about 5 or 6, I think is a good time to take pictures because it's sunlight, right? And then review your online dating profiles to make sure that they looked as you planned. I'm supposed to say ask friends or family to give their feedback. Or me, right? So you can go out there this weekend, because remember, this is going through Tuesday of next week. This whole time I'm going to be available to post things, post your pictures in the group. I will give you feedback, okay? But if I'm not around, like after this challenge is done, you can either, you can join my coaching program, and I will definitely, anytime you've got some picture you want me to look over, I'll say yes. Or you need some advice on where you should go to take pictures, I'll give you some advice. We'll talk about it. You go get them, and then I'll look them over and say, yes, that looks great. Or maybe do this different, blah, blah, blah. That's what I'm here for. Okay, so this week you have me. So my advice is to create the plan. Start thinking about looking back at your Mojo Vibe, looking and remember the kind of woman that you want to attract. What kind of pictures would you want to put in online dating? Start planning that out. Put that in number 2, right? What would you do? When would you do it? I say do it this weekend. Saturday or Sunday, either one. Okay, so I think we're done. Any questions about the assignment? So you're going to create your Mojo Vibe stories. Try at least 1. 3 is better, but at least 1. Get 1 done and put it in either you put it in your, write it up in your workbook and then send me the link to it in the chat. I mean, not in the chat, but in the challenge group. or just copy paste a story and stick it in as a comment and under this video, or just to post it anywhere in the group. And I'll be able to take a look at it and give you feedback. Okay, that's what this challenge is all about. It's not only for me to challenge you to actually move forward with updating your online dating profile, but also to give you feedback and help you. Okay, I can't help you if I don't see what you have. Okay, so that is it for today. Anything else before we go? Any questions? Again, you're going to start looking at what you can update. Start writing down those things that you're for your online dating text, right? From your Mojo Vibe, your stories. You're going to update your stats for the new expansion that you came up with. So writing down all the things. Those are the things you're going to do. That's your plan, your upgrade plan. For your text, for your pictures, again, what I just said a while ago. Start thinking about, what can I take pictures on? Maybe I need a really nice, good front picture. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. Then what are some other ones you could come up with? That's what I did. I got my daughter for my business. We went out to the domain over here. Whoops. And I actually decided on what I was going to wear. I had several different outfits. And I posed myself in different situations for what I wanted to project about my business. Because that was the geek business before that. I'm just saying. What do you want to project? Okay, so now tomorrow, next is the importance of committing to your love life. How to keep you motivated to take action towards having the love life you really want with that like-hearted partner. So that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So it's kind of like, now you have this plan. Now are you going to do it? Are you going to move forward? So again, talking about the importance of committing to your love life. We're going to go through, we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be having some assignments, of course, and a workbook for that as well. So again, please put your homework in the group so I can give you feedback. I hope you enjoyed today's session. There's a lot, I know it was a lot, but I hope this has been helpful to keep you, again, moving forward on having a swipe right, or having a like-hearted partner want to swipe right for you, being in alignment and vibe with you. Okay? Okay, well, if there's nothing else, anything else before I go, then I think we are done. So let me go right back to me. And move me over to the middle. Say goodbye. Okay, thank you, Dan. Okay, if there's nothing else, then I will sign off. Y'all have a great rest of your evening. Thanks for being here. Like, really, thank you. And please do your homework, okay? Do your homework. Put it in the group so I can see it. Okay, see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.